Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Stonehearth, and welcome back, of course, to the Nerds of the North. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back. As you can see, there have been a few changes here and there. We have had some construction go ahead. We actually have another storage building going up just over here, which is currently being worked on, and it is currently winter as well. Winter will be ending in 15 days, which is fantastic news. But I figured that thing I mentioned in the last episode where we might spend some time between episodes, I figured obviously we would do that, but I didn't want to spend too much time just because there are things happening here and there that I want to make sure I'm on top of. I'm also really worried about the fact that my footmen are actually not doing so good. They are fairly weak at the moment and definitely need to be healed up. So we are 100% gonna want to look into that. So daily update wise, you can see, again, I've been kind of busy. The net worth is doing very good, so we are going to bring in a 15th Hearthling, which is going to be Bjorn. No, that's Bjorn Gunners and Archer. There we go. Toralf Irlin has joined the Nerds of the North. What I am going to do, I think, is we're going to have Bjorn become a footman, and we're going to have someone else take up the role of Archer. So looking here, I'm thinking Magnus Crochet might be the one. I'm thinking Magnus has a pretty good body stat. So Magnus, congratulations. You are going to be an archer, bud. And we actually need someone to become a carpenter as well. I'm thinking Hagon Guthrum will become the carpenter of the group. And apparently we might have another bow. Is that a thing we have? Or just we don't have our archer yet? I'm not really sure. Level 1 Carpenter has been achieved. There we go. So the Archer's back as well. Now, we do need to make sure that these guys are all staying healed up. Do we have healing potions anywhere? It actually... I'm not sure. That looks like one right there. Yeah. So that is a small healing tonic, which is interesting. I'd like to see my warriors start using those a little bit more. Looking at the Herbalist, again, Passionate Cleric, we could probably go to your workshop and say, you know, start working on the Cleric's Tome. So let's go ahead and have that built, or that created, so we can go ahead and have the Herbalist become a Cleric, meaning that my warriors can actually be healed in battle, which is going to be kind of good. Kind of looking forward to that. We also managed to level up the farmers, so we're growing some silkweed down here, as well as the sweet potatoes, which is fantastic news. And I do believe fairly soon we should see the Herbalist go ahead and... I realize I'm going to need to say that you need to do that. Go ahead and become a Cleric. There we go. Alright, so Herbalist should be upgraded. You might be able to see, by the way, there are actually some roads going around here as well. They're hard to see because of the snow, but they do exist. That's something that I've actually seen a lot of people saying in the comments. And apparently a bunch of raccoons are on their way to my farms. Could we maybe murder those by chance? Is that a thing we could do so that it doesn't, you know, take all of our food? I think it's just going to run off at this point. That's fair enough. That's kind of not... I mean, I kind of wanted to go and murder it if you get an opportunity to do so. So we'll see how that plays out. As for the Cleric, I think, yeah, Limnar, you are going to be keeping everybody nice and healed. We are going to need another Herbalist, though. So I think Janny is going to become... You are also a Passionate Cleric, so you are going to become a Herbalist. Congratulations on your new job. And I guess now that we have a Carpenter, I actually want to have a look here. Yep, there is a Carpenter's Workshop. Are we working on one of those? Cook's Kitchen, Weaver, Herbalist. I don't believe we are. So, okay, that's not the button I wanted, but congratulations on your job. We want a Carpenter's Workshop. This is obviously just going to be another building, but we kind of need it. So, I think Carpenter's Workshop can go back there. That's not a terrible spot for it. I think that works. Let's just do Carpenter's Workshop back there. We'll say get it built. We'll pause the construction for the time being, just because I don't think we're going to be able to build it anytime soon. And we'll go ahead and say get me a Carpenter's Workbench. Go ahead, and I'd love to see the recurve bow. Not even the recurve bow, the archer's bow. We need that. So let's just say that that needs built, and then we need to place one of those. And we're also gonna need to get the carpenter leveled as best we can. So let's say we want the carpenter to make me... I'm honestly gonna say that we build 40 wooden park benches to see how that goes. I want to queue up an archer's bow. I want to try and say that we maybe maintain 3 of those at any one time, even though it's going to take a fair bit of leather to do so. Obviously, the shepherd's crook can be made by a carpenter. We can make not a whole lot else. I guess the blacksmith is going to be responsible for getting me the... Okay, so the golem pick, that's going to be useful, but the engineer's wrench is something that we need, and to get that, we need iron. To get iron, we need more iron ore, so we have a lot of work to do there. We could actually get a steel short sword, which is kind of interesting. So that's actually really tempting. A knight's shield is something we can make as well, so I'm going to queue that up. And I'm actually going to queue up a steel short sword as well. In terms of knight's armor, I don't know how much of an option that's going to be. We could probably queue up a... We could probably queue up a set of full plate mail, so let's go ahead and do that and see if we can get a knight in here at some point, which will be fantastic. They'll hopefully tank damage. And I guess we'll just go ahead and place down the Carpenter's Workbench as well. We'll just place it over sort of in the middle there. I actually moved all of our stations to sort of be oriented this way so that it wasn't, you know, crowding up this central space. And you might notice things are slowly getting a little bit neater around here as well. That's because I believe, at least at one point I had, people dedicated strictly to hauling. Actually, Roan Frostweaver is still dedicated strictly to hauling, so that is pretty much how that works. Now, let me go ahead and have a look at... You're level 4, you're level 3. So, Alexandara, can I... Yeah, I can get you to become a knight. So, congratulations, Alexandara. You are, in fact, a knight, which is really, really cool. And you have now joined the watch again. Fantastic. So, the supply cart's coming by. If we get anything worth selling here, we actually have... small healing tonics, but other than that, we don't really have... Well, we have things worth selling, but we don't have stuff that I want to sell. We also still don't have a potter, so we might want to start bringing in more hearthlings. I'm starting to think that's probably a thing worth doing. I'm also thinking it might not be a terrible idea to go ahead and slice away at the terrain here, because I've obviously expanded the mine, as you can see. I'm thinking I kind of want to try and clear out a significant space. Invaders approaching, we'll deal with that in a minute. I want to clear out a significant space in the middle here. Let's see, where are these invaders? So they're approaching from here. Let's go ahead and get the red team on that, if they wouldn't mind. There we go. So the cleric's moving in, the knight's going in, everybody's going in. This thing should be super easy to fight here. Yeah, no problem. Oh, the farmer isn't even phased by it. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this is a goblin raiding party. Okay, well that looks like it's actually being dealt with immediately, which is great. I think the archer is going to be really good for dealing with that stuff. Yeah, everybody's sort of doing their thing. Let's go ahead and bring in a 16th hearthling. We are going to need a good number of them, because construction is obviously going to be quite slow. You can sort of see the road there again, sort of glitching a little bit. It's annoying that that happens, but it happens. But the reason I want to mine all of this out is because there is a little bit of iron there, obviously. There's a little bit of iron back there as well, but I'd like to start mining further down into the hill here and sort of have a quarry inside the mountain, just so that we can maybe get more stuff. So that'll hopefully happen eventually. Now construction on this, construction is so slow with these buildings, man. It is so slow with these buildings. I actually got rid of the 4 houses we had planned over here just because of how long this is taking per individual building. It doesn't help that everybody has a job, but it'd be nice if it was a little quicker. They're just, I guess they're slightly more detailed buildings than some of the older templates that are in the game, but that doesn't make it any less frustrating. That's all I'm going to say there. That doesn't make it any less frustrating that it takes an absolute age. Now, something I am gonna do that might cause some issues for some of my workers is I'm gonna take out some of these storage spaces. I'm gonna take those 2 stockpiles out because we have got a bunch of chests in here and they each have 64 slots. So there is enough room in this one building for what was on those 2 stockpiles. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It is obviously going to take a bit of time to move everything that I've just, you know, taken off of the stockpile, but it is all going to look better for it. Everything should function a bit smoother because all the buildings are going to be around the storage building, so everything should be good. It's just tedious. It just takes time. Hearthling number 17 is going to be Era Kettle. Probably not how you pronounce that, but that's what we're going for, which is good news because we actually have a few people here who are they're just workers. They're just doing their thing. They're just chilling, and they're going to help us mine. They're going to help us build. They're going to help us do what we need to do. I'm actually thinking that I'm going to say these 2 don't do mining, and I'm going to say that you maybe exclusively do mining. So we have 2 people that can haul and build. We have one that will exclusively haul and one that will exclusively mine. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job of being goblin thieves up there. Really, really great job, guys. You seem to be stuck on top of the hill, just sort of looking down there angrily at what you could be stealing, but what you'll never steal, unfortunately. Now this right here is a sight. There is so much jerky and Doodle's bug meat, which apparently, have we not actually claimed that stuff? Apparently we might have. I think we just need to haul it. Is the cook geared up to do things? The cook is geared up to do things. I feel like the bug meat kebab, we could probably say, you know, don't bother maintaining 15. Go ahead and maintain 50 in inventory at any one time. When it comes to the savory meat stew, we could probably say go ahead and maintain 50 of those as well, because you have enough. When it comes to the roasted sweet potato, go ahead and maintain 10 of those at any one time, as opposed to 5. And that'll hopefully work out. We actually have some leg of roast pork. We have some roasted portions of venison, slab of roast varanus. I mean, there's some stuff we could do there. We are going to need a stone oven for some of it. We have things like bug stew as well. There's a lot of stuff we have there. There's also a goblin. Yes, there's 4 of them. There are 4 of them. Norm has wares to sell. We probably have wares we could sell to Norm, actually. We do, of course, have some benches, so we'll sell those for a bit of money. And hopefully in time, we can manage to get our hands on some pets or something like that, because we still haven't done that, and we're very close to having the money to be able to do that, so that'd be nice. We got a herd of caribou heading towards our farms. Now, this is something I didn't know even happened, but yeah, they are attempting to eat our crops, and in return, we attempt to murder them. And it generally goes very well. Now, invaders are approaching. That's actually a lot of the undead right there. So let's go ahead and micromanage this a little bit. They are very slow, which is great news. But we'll try and micromanage this a little bit in the shape of targeting one at a time. So that one's dead. Target that one. And kill that one. In fact, are we probably good to just let these guys fight them themselves? It kind of looks like it. Having the cleric makes things so much easier. I absolutely love it. There we go. So that seems to be going to plan. I want to look in here. So this actually isn't all that close to being mined away yet, which is great news. A goblin raiding party is now approaching. That's, I don't know why I'm turning on alert mode. We don't really need it. Come down here and murder the goblins then. Now they're just gonna take stuff is generally what they do, I think. But they're gonna be murdered pretty quickly. Not really a big deal. So there we go. Daily update. Let's go ahead and bring in, you know, Hearthling number 18, which is Josephine Haft. Good name. Also, this building is super close to being finished, which is amazing news. We've almost got another storage area, which means we can probably go ahead and get rid of the stockpile that we have right here. So let's remove that. And eventually we'll get everything inside of the second storage building. I think the next step for this is probably going to be to get this built, the Herbalist Workshop, since I'd really like to get that little corner sort of filled in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's like a third of the way done, so I don't think we'll be doing any harm by, you know, continuing the construction on the Herbalist Workshop. As for everybody else, I mean, they're going to be hauling stuff back and forth for the rest of eternity with how much stuff we have out here and just how much ridiculous amounts of jerky we have back here, but that's probably fine. I'm sure they won't mind. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Now, one thing I would really like to do is I'd like to look into walls. I think walls could be a really good thing to have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of time here. We're going to design something. We're going to design two things, actually. So what I want to do is I want to go to blocks, and we're going to just turn off slice here for a second so I can see. And we're going to go for gunmetal as the block. And I want to go, I guess, let's say 15. Right, let's say 15. And let's go for a line of Regal Blue. And I'm just doing this so I can see. You'll see what I'm doing. So a line of 15, then Regal Blue. And you know what? I almost want to undo that and say instead of Regal Blue, let's go for a Rustic Red. Let's undo that because I put it in the wrong spot. A little bit of Rustic Red there. Right? And then what I want to do there is go for another spot of Regal Blue. Or no, I don't. We want to undo that. We want to go gunmetal right at the ends here. Just like so. And then we want to go Regal Blue in the middle. Just like that. And I basically want to build up maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then we'll do the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I just see there is a thing there we could go and raid. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So we're going to do that, and then in this middle bit, we're going to do a normal wall. So we're just going to use the wall tool for this because it's going to give us the nicest effect possible. So from there to there, and from there to there. And obviously that does give us a nice wall. With the wall, what I'd like to do is actually get some windows on this. Of course, there's goblin thieves coming in. So what I'll do is I'm going to put windows there, and unfortunately we can't do the middle. We could do a wide one in the middle, which I don't think I want to do. I think we'll just do 2 windows like that, and then we're going to do the same on this side. So there, I think. Yep, and there. We could obviously double them up. I'm not going to bother with that. But that's essentially going to sort of be the wall idea. If we go back into blocks, what we can do is go back to gunmetal. And I'm actually thinking we do another line of regal blue here. And then we go a line of gunmetal. And another line of gunmetal. So it sort of has this overhang going on. Which I kind of like. I kind of like the look of. I don't know if I like it that much, but I kind of like it. But let's just go for another line of regal blue with a line of gunmetal there. Yeah, I like that. We'll do this, and we'll do that sort of thing. So that's going to be just a section of wall, and we're going to save this. We're going to save this eventually. Obviously, we got to put a bit of a top on it. So the top for this, honestly, probably just gunmetal. That'll probably do the job for the top on this. So we'll do this sort of thing. We'll sort of bring it up like that. And then I think we'll maybe go for another stack like this. We'll go for a cross, just a row of gunmetal straight across here, perhaps, or maybe a lighter stone. No, I think we'll go for a row of gunmetal across there. Although that looks a little strange, I have to admit. That does look a little strange. Huh. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe it needs some, like, bits in the... Yeah, it needs some bits in the middle. That's fine. Okay, so we'll bring this across here. That's sort of going to be the top of our wall. I think what we do is we detail those bits. We could put some lights or something there. And I kind of want to put a roof on this. I do kind of want to put a roof on this. I just don't know how we go about it. So maybe we go another couple of pillars up like this. And I guess we work out what kind of roof would go on this. It's gonna have to be like... It's gonna have to be stupidly tall. Is what it's gonna have to be. So something like that, perhaps? We go 2 and then in, and 2 and then in, and so on and so on. I think that might just have to be the way to go. Although I kind of like the idea of the walls being something like blue or red or something like that. So I think we're going to go for a regal blue on the walls, just to make my life a little bit easier, because I'm really... I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the roofs that we have, but they would be an absolute nightmare to recreate, because we'd have to follow the exact pattern of them and get the exact color right. So this way I can make things easier on myself. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So there we go. We'll do that sort of thing. And all I need to do is grab this bit, I think. Do I have to grab it here? Yeah, I can grab it there and just drag it out. I love the new building system. I really love it. Alrighty, there we go. I think that's going to be our wall section. Now, apparently, we do have goblins coming in somewhere. I'm not really sure where they are, so I'm assuming it's not much of a big threat, but that's going to be our wall section. And I'd mentioned that we were going to do 2 builds here, but honestly, I'm probably not going to bother with that, because we're never going to get to build these anytime soon because of all the construction going on over there. But this is, I think, at least, gonna be something good. The second thing that I wanted to build was actually just a corner piece, so it would have just been this, but duplicated. But what I might do instead is just build like a tower that can connect to these, or something like that. We'll probably just build a corner piece, then we'll build gatehouses and towers and stuff like that. But we'll do that eventually. We're not going to be doing it anytime soon. We're actually just going to get rid of this. I've already saved the template, so it's nothing to worry about. We can come back to that in the not too distant future. Let's go ahead and... I have no gold. Oh, I don't have gold in my stockpile, I think. And I sincerely hope is the reason for that. Unless the goblins came and took all of my gold, which is a distinct possibility. So, there is that. Oh boy, that would just be, that'd just be swell. How's the mining going? And the mining's actually going pretty well. We should have some iron in there. We should have a few things in there. Tell you what I am going to do, though. We're going to grab my red team here, and I want to send them over this way. We also have some goblins down there. Let's head over here, though. And let's start murdering things, because there are things to be murdered. And hopefully we can do this in a relatively controlled manner. Hopefully we don't, you know, wreck ourselves here. So just attack them one at a time. Just one at a time. Let's keep this under control so things don't get way out of hand. And now we'll start breaking this, because that will reveal this guy who needs to be swiftly murdered, and then you need to be swiftly murdered, and so on and so on. So there we go. That whole situation's under control. We're going to go ahead and break all of this apart, which will get us a nice little bit of loot. And then we're probably going to want to head down towards these guys. So let's see what we can do there. Let's go try and break that one first. So kill that guy. Okay, so we have got some enemies around. This guy is properly lagging it as well. Kill this. Goblin raiding party? Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay. Let's have you guys come up and start dealing with the goblins, because the goblins look like they're up to no good, and there's a lot of them. So hopefully that can be dealt with. What's going on down here? Okay, you're running away. Fantastic. No, you're not. Why are you fighting the wolves? Why is my cleric fighting the wolves? Can you not do that, please? Like, you need to be up here. You need to be literally anywhere else. So there we go. I think that's all under control. We have got another daily update. We have got another Hearthlings. That's going to be number 19. Let's grab red team here and say, come down and start attacking the wolves. Hopefully we can kill those nice and quickly. So there we go. They'll be coming in. They'll be killing the wolf. They'll kill the other wolf as well. And then these guys need to die. So if they wouldn't mind just killing them nice and quick. Now we need to kill the archers here, which is always going to be fun because the archers are going to be kiting us around a bit. But that looks to be fairly under control. There we go. So now we just attack this guy who looks a little bit stuck there. There we go. He's absolutely going to be wrecked. And then the last one should be wrecked in no time at all. There we go. Now break that. All right, so this entire lower area is now under control. We do, of course, have a goblin camp over here, but we're not going to worry too much about that. I don't think that'd be a good idea at all. And when it comes to construction, this is actually coming along, which is great. I'm actually really liking the look of all of this. Also, winter ends in 11 days. Good lord. I really hope spring brings just a lot less snow and, you know, maybe I'll actually be able to see my roads or something. I mean, I doubt it, but it would be nice. That's all I'm gonna say there. It's unlikely, but it would be a nice change. Now let's see. This looks like it is all dug out at this point. So let's go ahead and say that we want to mine all of that out and all of that out. And this guy's probably going to get himself stuck, but that's fine. There's an armed goblin up top. You want 7 wooden swords for a bronze breastplate. We're good. But this right here will be a good thing to do. Getting an actual quarry going, I think, will be really, really good for the colony. I've also sort of got a thought about quarries and stuff like that. I realize this game sort of automatically builds scaffolding on construction sites and all that. I don't understand why it doesn't. What's going on down here? What is going on over here? I'm hearing fighting. Oh, that's literally nothing to worry about. I don't understand why it wouldn't automatically do scaffolding on areas that you dig out. That seems a little strange to me. Like, if it does it for construction, then why not do it for quarries as well? It's just weird. It's just something I kind of just thought of there. It'd be nice if they just automatically built little scaffolding and staircases and stuff like that down the sides of quarries. It's just a little unfortunate that's never really going to happen because the developers are kind of done with the game in the not too distant future, which is a real shame. That is seriously such a shame, man. I'd love to see this game get a lot of post-launch support, but that's just not going to be, that's not going to be happening. And I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, I'm not going to get into the topic, but just Google it, just look, you know, Stonehearth news, Stonehearth release date, stuff like that. It'll be in there. The info will be there. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not super happy about it personally, the whole Stonehearth drama thing, but I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of criticism thrown at the game from people who like wouldn't traditionally play a game like this. I'm trying not to like get into it, but I've seen a lot of people be like, how are they releasing it? It's so boring. It's so this, it's so that. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it boring or incomplete. I mean, it's a Kickstarter game, also 20 Hearthlings. It's a Kickstarter game, and admittedly there are things that aren't in the game that should be from the Kickstarter, but for one of your criticisms to be like, oh, the game's so boring, like, I don't think that's a fair criticism. The game is really fun to a lot of people. So, I don't think using the game is boring as a criticism of the developers moving on after 4 years of working on it. I don't think that's a valid criticism at all, but to each their own is what I'll say there, because again, I really, really don't want to get into it. It's just an argument not worth having. What the hell is that? What are you? Good Lord! It's got a lot of health, man. I think we're gonna kill it, but what? Oh my God! Did it just breathe fire? Are we actually going to kill it here? Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we'll kill it. Good Lord, man. What the hell was that? Chunk of roast Zilla. Zilla skin. Goblin thieves. Are you serious, man? Ay, okay. Well, that was unexpected, is what that was. Hey, the herbalist place is done, except for the bit of bronze ingot and wooden park bench on the ceiling. And other stuff as well. Huh. We're gonna need to get that done eventually. Is there anything else being worked on at the minute then? I guess a lot of you guys are gonna be doing holing. I mean, what is this building here? This is the cook's kitchen? I mean, fair enough. Let me have a look inside this building real quick. So the herbalist table is there. Let's say that the herbalist can have, I don't know, I don't want to say exclusively plants, herbs, I guess, and, well, probably herbs on the table. That's probably where we want to go for. So we'll do that for the herbalist, and we'll go ahead and lift the herbalist bench from down here, since it isn't needed anymore. So there we go, the herbalist has a dedicated place to work, which is fantastic news. I actually want to see who the herbalist is. That's going to be... Oh, who is the herbalist? Johnny. All right, so you are the herbalist. What I want to do is say that this is going to be your bed then. So Johnny is going to have that. The mason actually lives over here, so the mason is going to have that bed, which is probably for the best. Then, of course, we have 2 storage areas there as well. So we're starting to get people dedicated beds, which is good. We don't have enough beds for 20 Hearthlings, but we're getting there. As for the next building, I think it is going to be the cook's kitchen. So let's resume that. And it looks like we're actually going to need to go and mine out some trees. I say mine, I mean chop down some trees. So let's start hitting up these areas back here. Just to start with, I want to try and avoid too much deforestation right next to the base. But we're eventually going to have to get into that kind of stuff, I think. I mean, eventually, obviously, the farmer will be able to grow saplings. We'll be able to replant a lot of these, but I'm trying to avoid getting rid of this wall of trees because I kind of like it. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to leave it there for today. I'd say things are going pretty well indeed. We've managed to fight off Godzilla. We've managed to, you know, get up to 20 Hearthlings. We have 5 people in red team. They're all doing a fantastic job. We have a carpenter. We have all sorts of things. Before we wrap things up, I think we could absolutely look at getting the engineer's wrench, because I want to see what we can do with that. I would love to get a bunch of iron-framed corner supply shelves. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, though. So let's just go ahead and put that there. I said put that there. Can we? No, we can't do that. Never mind. So we'll do that. I think, to be honest, we will also get a potter. So we'll look at Toralf, although you are courageous, but that's fine. You actually can't be a potter. We have to go from mason to potter. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, that's awkward because you've just got your house and you are a master mason. So I think what we'll do is we'll hold off on potter until the all the construction work is done, because the mason is still doing very, very important work with a lot of construction. Are you guys stuck on that roof, or are you able to get down? No, you're fine. Okay. Well, ladies and gents, that is going to be it for today. Thank you kindly for watching. It's been my pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.